Okay, so I'm going to go over the protein synthesis mystery organism. And if you've already done this, you can just check your answers as I go, or you can just kind of listen and see if there's something different than what you did. And if you need to go back, you can go back. So this is just basically a fun way to practice doing protein synthesis. We're going to see how genes on a chromosome are basically going to determine characteristics of an organism. This is a made-up thing. It's, things like, blue hair, yellow eyes, orange short nose, things like that, green elephant ears. So these aren't really real traits or anything like that. We are going to need our codon wheel. So I'm going to open that up in the tab next to it so we can reference it when we need to get to that point. And we're going to go down to these data tables here, and there's genes A through F. And we're going to go from DNA to RNA to the amino acid to the trait. So this is just like what we practiced last week. And if our DNA sequence is ACC, our mRNA sequence is going to be UGG. And then if it's, I'll make it bigger too so you guys can see from the back of the room. GGT is going to be CCA, and then AUA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do all of the mRNAs first, and then go back to the codon chart and do all of the amino acids, so that way I'm not flipping back and forth as much. If you don't want to do it that way, you can go ahead and start doing the amino acid sequence based on the codon chart. And I'll just keep going through here and do it this way. Okay, so now I've done all of the DNA to mRNA, so that is the transcribing part of the protein synthesis. And now we're going to go from the mRNA to the amino acid sequence, which is our translation part. And I'm going to do this using the codon chart. So UUG, I think it was UGG, UGG, tryptophan, we're going to write TRY. And then CCA, CCA, we get proline. And then AUA, AUA, isoleucine, And if you don't want to flip back and forth as much, you might want to just do split screen again with your codon chart, or if you have a printed off copy that I had up front in class, it's always nice to just have that out because you're less likely to make a mistake if you're not going back and forth between tabs. So after you do all the amino acid sequences, then you're going to have to do the traits. And the traits aren't something that are going to be on the codon wheel. They're going to actually be like either if we were doing this in some kind of lab setting or real life, we've already like coded for these and they're in a computer program and we know exactly what things code, what parts of our DNA code for what traits. But here there's going to be a chart. So we're looking for tri-pro-iso. So we're going to go up here and this one looks like it's going to fit that. It says walks upright on 2 legs. So we're going to go down here for trait and write walks upright on 2 legs. And then you're going to keep going through and doing the amino acid and trait for all 6. And after you do that, you're going to answer the analysis questions. And these you can answer from your notes, or you might just kind of have them memorized by now. Of difference between transcription and translation, where does it take place? All of that's from your protein synthesis notes. All of these questions are from there. If you get stuck on any of these, ask me and I will help you. And then at the very bottom, you're going to either draw this and take a picture and send it to me or add it to your Canvas. I don't know if it's going to let you insert it. Some people are having trouble doing that, so you can always send it to me a different way, or you can just use the drawing tool here and just draw it. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. It's going to be like something that has 2 legs and blue hair. I mean, based on the traits, you're drawing it based on these traits that you had here. And then you will submit that assignment. Do you guys have questions on that? Okay, if you get to a point where you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I would love to help you.